Hey YouTubers and gamers, I am lawnboyspost1975 and this is a reply video to lawnboyspost1975's question, which is, have you ever bought a game on multiple systems? Well, the answer to that question is yes, but I'm only going to stick to one game in particular, and I'm going to follow the same route as he did. Started playing it in the arcades when I was a young boy, as they say, and absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved the game. And the game is Outrun. And I've obviously, my first experience, I played it in everything stand up, played it in the sit down cab, I played Outrun, Outrun 2. I just love the arcade machine, full stop. But it didn't stop there. Obviously, I bought it on a few systems and also bought spin off games to do with Outrun. So the very first one I obviously ever got was Outrun on the Commodore 64. The graphics weren't the best, but for a home system at the time, you couldn't really argue with it. The most amusing part about this, obviously, it couldn't relate the music into the game itself, so you actually ended up with a tape with a soundtrack on, so you could actually pop it into your system and then blast out the music while you're actually playing the game. To me, that was fairly amusing, to be honest with you. But as I say, yeah, that was the very first version I actually bought, which on the Commodore 64, and thoroughly enjoyed it, to be honest. But over time, I moved on, and then I bought it on the Master System. Now the Master System had two versions, but I only was able to ever get one. It also had the 3D version, but I was quite happy to have the normal Outrun edition for the Master System. Now, the graphics were slightly better, obviously, playability wise. It had an issue with breakup, but well, who cares? You know what I mean? Outrun's Outrun, and I thoroughly enjoyed it on this version, to be totally truthful. I would have loved to have played the 3D version of it, which I really never got round to, which is a shame. But there you go, that's Outrun for the Master System. And then I did a silly thing, and I do regret it, but I never learnt. But I bought a spin-off which was called Outrun Europa, and this game is absolutely terrible, terrible, beyond belief. The cars are awful, the tracks are awful. It was just like, you had bikes in it and everything. I mean, I think you actually had a boat, and I mean, no man, that's not Outrun. That just don't work. That is not a fucking Outrun game. But anyway, I bought this, played it once, and it's just sat in the collection ever since. And it's never, ever going to come out ever again. But there you go. That was Outrun Europa for the Master System. And then the Mega Drive was born. So I bought, obviously, Outrun on the Mega Drive. Outrun on the Mega Drive. I've just remembered something. I've also got another version of it. Shit. I'll show the Mega Drive, and then I'll get that one. I will not forget that one. I'm telling you now. How can I forget it? But anyway, going back, the Mega Drive, a very, very good conversion. Very close conversion to the original. Obviously, graphically far superior than the Master System. It still had its break-up moments, but personally, I thought it was a very, very good conversion of the game. Absolutely loved it. And then, as I said to you earlier on, I never learned. And I bought this Turbo Outrun. Boy, was that a pile of pants. Seriously, oh my god. Please take my advice and don't ever buy spin-offs of games concerning Outrun, because this was just a pile of shite. Seriously a pile of shit, man. I mean, the tracks, the cars, it's just, I don't want to talk about it anymore. That's all I can say. Pants. But then a game which I don't know really existed come out in Japan, and to be honest, I ain't quite got my head around it. It is definitely an Outrun game. I don't know whether it is. It's actually a two-player version of Outrun. and I ain't really seen it that often. I have had a couple of goes on it, and it weren't too bad compared to Turbo Outrun and Outrun Europa. They fucking suck, man. So I've gone and got this one, Outrunners. And as I say, I ain't really never seen this one that much. But it's a neat little two-player game if you've got two players to play it with, which I've never played with two players. But I tried it, I enjoyed it, and apart from the fact that it's hard to come by, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not saying there's probably loads of you out there who've got this anyway and probably picked it up dirt cheap, but I got a decent copy of it, so yeah, it's okay. It's not a bad game at all for a two-player version of Outrun. Don't know whether there's an arcade conversion of it. That's one thing I never ever found out. If anybody knows, let me know. But there you go. That is Outrunners for the Mega Drive. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get that game that I haven't put in the little selection of games that should be there. So, 1 second. And here it is. After the Mega Drive came Outrun on the PC Engine. How can I forget this Outrun? This Outrun, I love this Outrun. The breakup on this one is possibly the worst of the bunch so far, but playability wise, graphically on that one, on the PC Engine, I love this game on the PC Engine. Fantastic. Fucking fantastic game. I will knock this, even though it obviously had the issues of the breakup on the graphics. But tracks are great. Followed the conversion of the arcade, spot on as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, fantastic game. Love this Outrun. I won't have anything said about this Outrun because I do really like this Outrun. But there you go. The one I've missed out, Outrun on the PC Engine. And then I moved on. And then Outrun 2 was born. I love the arcade, and I bought it firstly on the Xbox 360, and I loved this game. This game is brilliant, absolutely superb game. This is Outrun 2. Tracks are brilliant, cars are superb, music spot on. I mean, this game is fucking awesome, man, and you got different modes in it as well. But truly fantastic game this Outrun was. Absolutely brilliant. And then they brought another one out, Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Now I played this. There you go, that's 2006 Outrun. This is just as good. Not an issue with this one concerning playability, and that plays just as good as Outrun 2. Not a problem, not an issue. You've got different modes again. I'm not too sure because I haven't played this in a while, but still graphically brilliant, tracks brilliant, and obviously the game itself fantastic. But I also bought this on the PlayStation 2, and there we go, PlayStation 2 version. Now, as being the same game, for me, the controls and playing this game on the PlayStation 2 version was nowhere near as good as the Xbox, and I can't understand why. Graphically brilliant, playability, you know, it plays exactly the same as the Xbox version, but the controls, I could not play on this, on the PS2 version. I can't. It just still can't now. Something about the controls of it just don't feel the same. Now 90% of the driving games I've got are on the PS2, which, you know, fair enough. I like the PS2 Gran Turismos and such, but for some reason this Outrun just don't work for me, and I can't even to this day play this game on the PlayStation 2. So much better on the Xbox 360, so much better. But that is all my Outrun games on a multi-format system, starting from the Commodore 64 down to the PS2. But I've got one more little thing to show you, because he did, the man himself, Lawn Boys, show Space Area. Now, the only version of Space Area I have ever bought is on the Commodore 64, and it ain't a bad conversion. But the funny thing about this is, I know you're not going to see this, but on the back you actually have arcade pictures of the arcade. Now, if that ain't false advertising, I don't know what is, but it still made me buy it, and I've still got it to this day, and it's never ever leaving my collection. But there you go. That is the response to Lawn Boy Post 1975 video. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. And as always, guys, keep playing, keep watching. I am Cybersnake7. See you later, gamers.